JL Rock Percent Off Collector, and we're here with another retro rewind and review. And today I have this little guy here, and this is Robocop from the Robocop and the Ultra Police series. That was a series that ran between 1988 and 1990.
Robocop. Part man, part robot. All cop. The ultimate in law enforcement. Robocop and the Ultra Police. The only cops with rapid repeat cap firing.
He's unstoppable.
Battling the worst criminals. Headhunter. And Nitro. The Ultra Police, protected by Robo Armor, bring Robocop even more firepower. In the fight for justice, nothing can stop Robocop. Robocop and the Ultra Police, each sold separately with RoboCaps.
I picked up this little guy actually at a garage sale for I think 50 cents. And for me, I like to get these older figures because it gives me a chance to learn about collecting, because I've only been actually collecting about a year or so. I actually watched maybe one or two episodes of the cartoon that came out in 1988, I think it was.
Detroit, the near future. Officer Alex J. Murphy and his partner Ann Lewis fight to rid the decaying city of the criminal element which infests it. After being mortally wounded in the line of duty, Officer Murphy is outfitted by OCP with bulletproof titanium robotic parts and with computer-enhanced motor and sensory capabilities. He has become the ultimate super cop, Robocop.
And it was interesting because as a kid, I actually saw the Robocop movie, and I shouldn't have because I was like way too young. I mean, I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it on videotape like in the early 90s. But still, I was way too young to be watching that kind of violence. But especially, anyone that hasn't watched Robocop, first of all, go watch it because it's awesome. Especially like how they did the shooting, like when they first shoot Murphy and how you see all the skin. I mean, it's fake, obviously, but the way they just did the special effects, it was brutal. But as a kid, you think it was cool, especially Robocop pulling out the gun from his side and all that. I just thought that was awesome. The cartoon, I didn't really fall in love with it. I mean, there were so many cartoons at that point that I was getting into that didn't matter. But obviously, even though that was a rated R film, a lot of toy manufacturers were really into getting all these out to kids. Because I mean, look, there's a lot that I never watched, like Rambo and stuff like that. You know, so Aliens. You know, these are R movies, but they were toys for kids, and lots of kids had them. And you just grew up, and the next thing you know, you watch the movie, you're like, oh wow. But so what was interesting about this? So this has 5 points of articulation. It's about 4.5, maybe 5 inches tall. And another sign of something like old school that you would never see today is this feature in the back here. So this allows you to put these little caps that came with the figure called, I think it was Robocaps. Robocaps. It was like blue and it had like little red dots. If everyone ever seen like some of those cap guns that have that, and you kind of like, it kind of rolls out like tape almost. And you would put that in here, and then when you would press it down like this, it would spark and make smoke, and it smelled kind of like those snake, if anyone had those snake fireworks that you used to light, and then it would make that little snake of ash and light. It's kind of like that. I mean, once you smell the smell of those caps, you'll never forget it. It's like that sulfur smell. But that's another thing that you would never see nowadays, like cap guns and snapping and something like this. I did learn, and if anybody wants to know about the cartoon, Dan Larson over on Toy Galaxy, or I guess it's Secret Galaxy now, has a great segment on the Robocop cartoon, and I recommend to go watch that. I was kind of upset that it took them a long time to get Ann, his partner from the movie, as a character. They had like all these different characters that came out at the time, but I mean, I guess it makes sense because it was kind of like lining up. The movie came out in '87. They had a comic book, I think through Marvel, and then they had the cartoon, and then the action figure line I think lasted between 1988 and 1990, so a couple of years. That's usually all you're going to get, especially at that time with all these other things coming out. But I just gotta say, I really like this little figure. It's cool to add it to my retro collection. It's pretty sweet, and again, for 50 cents, I think it's an awesome buy. So obviously it's not complete. It's supposed to have a helmet that comes with it, and his gun. And his gun you can actually like plug in on the side here to his waist. I mean, so it's kind of like you have that action. It doesn't open up obviously, but it has that point there where you could put the gun. So unfortunately, yes, I don't have the helmet or the gun, but again, this is something I could always try and find either on eBay if I really want it, or maybe I get lucky and find it in a thrift store or somewhere else like that. So I just want to share another quick little review of this, and if you like these type of videos, please consider giving me a like. Hey, thanks for checking out the channel, and if you like what you've seen, please consider giving us a like, comment, a sub, all that stuff. It really helps the algorithm as we try to make a push to reach out to more collectors that, like me, like to get that discount. Because you know how I say, no discount, no deal. All right, catch you later.